I love you. And I love you.
Ew. What an interesting artifact.
In its most exaggerated and unapologetic form, Greed finds a perfect caricature in Eugene H. Krabs, the penny pincher of the Krusty Krab in SpongeBob SquarePants. Far from being just a comical miser, Mr. Krabs embodies the ugliest extremes of corporate greed, exploiting labor, cutting costs at the expense of human decency, and valuing profit above all else, even friendships, health, or common sense. His obsessive pursuit of money leads to unethical behavior, moral decay, and even physical harm to himself and others, yet he rarely learns from these consequences. Through Mr. Krabs, the show delivers a biting satire of capitalism gone rogue, exposing how corporate greed can strip away empathy, warp priorities, and ultimately consume a person's very soul in exchange for a few extra cents. Today, I will discuss Eugene Harold Krabs. Yes, full government name, and how he's the physical embodiment of greed and unchecked capitalism. Mr. Krabs isn't just cheap, he is pathologically cheap. He isn't greedy, he's compulsively, devastatingly greedy. So much so that his defining trait overshadows any other part of his personality. He loves money more than family, friends, and even himself, often harming all three in his pursuit of wealth. Now, we're about to talk about an episode that is one of the clearest and most over-the-top illustrations of Mr. Krabs' descent into moral bankruptcy, all in the name of profit, and it literally lands him in Davy Jones' locker. One evening, as the Krusty Krab prepares to close for the day, Squidward is overjoyed to clock out. Finally, I know that feeling. But SpongeBob lingers, loyal as always. He finds a blackened, rotten, Krabby Patty beneath the grill. So naturally, SpongeBob tries to throw it out because who's gonna use this? But to his shock, doing so triggers an alarm system. Mr. Krabs wastes nothing protocol. Why, you may ask? Because serving that rancid patty would net him exactly 5.2 cents.
Pinch-O-Matic has saved you 5.2 cents.
And tomorrow, a customer will find it under his bun.
What? V, I did not see it on the sheet. If 2 plus 2 is 4, right? And 5 plus 5 is 10. Okay. What the fuck is this? I didn't see.
Is he being so for real right now? Mr. Krab then forbids SpongeBob from making any new patties until that one is sold. Sir, you're about to have a lawsuit on your hand. You try to feed that to anyone. The next day, a nervous Squidward offers the grotesque sandwich to an unsuspecting customer. He takes a single whiff of that rancid ass sandwich, screams, and backflips out the door. This moment marks the beginning of the Krusty Krab's business downfall. Customers vanish. Revenue dries up, and Mr. Krabs, he blames it on the placemats.
We haven't had a customer in weeks. I wonder if it's the new placemat.
You dumb fucking bitch!
You know, they do say delusion is a mental health issue. Squidward finally calls out the obvious. It's the nasty, sentient, caged Krabby Patty that's to blame. Undeterred, Mr. Krabs insists on proving it's edible and swallows it whole. Well, damn. Predictably, he's hospitalized, sickly green and barely conscious. In the hospital, he's confronted by none other than the Flying Dutchman, who plans to drag that ass to Davy Jones' locker for his cheapness. As he's being dragged away, Mr. Krabs pleads for mercy. The Flying Dutchman was like, okay, bet, but on one condition, homeboy. You have to abandon all your stingy ways and embrace generosity. I will bet you $1 million he won't last the first hour. Mr. Krabs returns to the now bankrupt Krusty Krab. Reformed, kind, and generous, he reopens the Krusty Krab with free refills, an employee lounge, and a new attitude. He even opens a $10,000 credit card bill. hell? Oh my god, even Julius would never do that. But SpongeBob and Squidward grow uneasy. Mr. Krab insists everything is fine. It's all just a nightmare. When they remind him, boss man, you actually did go to the hospital, Mr. Krabs finally processes the hospital bill, instantly reverts to his old self. The generosity vanishes, free sodas gone, toys taken, a memory erasing TV, rewind all that shit. He even threatens to rip off a customer's arm over a penny. A penny! The Flying Dutchman pulls up with the swiftness. He's like, okay, let me claim that soul real quick. But SpongeBob steps in loyal to a fault and bets his own soul?
You. Are you dumb?
On Mr. Krabs' ability to choose friendship over money. SpongeBob, baby. I know you a literal ball of sunshine, rainbows, and unicorns, but hun, you about to regret this decision. The Flying Dutchman offers Mr. Krabs a choice. Very simple, really. SpongeBob or the 62 cents in his pocket.
I'll take the money.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
And just like that, SpongeBob is taken away. Squidward, who hates SpongeBob with a fiery passion, is furious, shames Mr. Krabs for selling out the one person who ever believed in him. And suddenly, Mr. Krabs sees the truth. Without SpongeBob, there is no Krusty Krab, no patties, no customers, no future, and especially no money. He throws away the cursed coins and begs for SpongeBob back. But the Flying Dutchman doesn't return him because of Mr. Krabs' apology. He returns SpongeBob because he's too annoying to keep. His endless optimism and chatter are quite literally a fate worse than damnation. Let's make one thing very clear. If your boss would sell your soul for 62 cents, that's not just a joke, that's a warning sign. Whether we're talking about a cartoon character like Mr. Krabs from SpongeBob SquarePants or a real-life toxic work environments, there's one core truth that we all need to remember. You are worth more than the money you make for a company. And some people have experienced this treatment in real life, working tirelessly, staying late, giving their best, only to be treated like they're replaceable. If someone is willing to sell you for a quick 62 cents, that's just not unethical, that should be illegal. Treating someone like property, selling them or profiting off them without consent is illegal in the real world. It's exploitation, it's dehumanization. But here's the thing, you don't have to wait for someone to recognize your value. You can start by recognizing it yourself. You are not defined by how much profit you generate. You are not lucky to have a job if that job actively disrespects you, and you certainly are not worth only 62 cents. Also, if your boss doesn't see your value, that's their loss. A paycheck is not payment for your soul, and a job is not worth sacrificing your mental health, your boundaries, or your dignity. Know your worth, set your boundaries, and never settle for less than basic human decency. And if you're in a workplace that treats you like SpongeBob was treated, start planning your exit. You deserve better. Every single person does. At a certain point, Mr. Krabs' greed in SpongeBob stops being comedic and starts feeling like a genuine nightmare. One of the most outrageous examples of this is his decision to implement a breathing tax.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't.
You know what? I can actually see our government doing that. They would tax the hell out of us for breathing. But he doesn't stop there. There's also a talking tax, a standing tax, an existing tax, and countless more designed to drain every cent from his employees. Instead of receiving a paycheck on payday, Squidward is handed a slip covered in charges, effectively forcing him to pay Mr. Krabs just for showing up and continuing to exist. It's the kind of exploitation that borders on satire of corporate abuse, but it hits uncomfortably close to reality. And then there's SpongeBob. SpongeBob, the golden employee, the backbone of the Krusty Krab, the fry cook who never fails to give it all, gets fired.
Fired.
Over a nickel. Yes, a nickel.
And it turns out that I'll save a whole nickel if I cut your salary completely.
I hate you! I hate you!
Mr. Krabs chooses to terminate the best asset his business has just to save 5 cents. To add insult to injury, SpongeBob even offers to work for free, wanting nothing more than to serve and make customers happy. But even then, Mr. Krab refuses, not out of morality or decency, mind you, but because it would be illegal and he could lose his vendor license. It's baffling. The same man who taxes his employees for breathing suddenly grows a conscience when unpaid labor is on the line? Not likely. It's clear Mr. Krabs only cares about anything legal when it directly threatens his ability to make money. These actions turn him from a harmless miser into something much darker, a business owner willing to exploit, underpay, and discard anyone to protect his precious profit margins. Oh, the graveyard shift episode pissed me off. Mr. Krabs makes a snap decision to keep the Krusty Krab open 24/7 because one customer, just one, came knocking after hours, and of course, instead of hiring a night crew or even rotating shifts, he dumps all the responsibility on SpongeBob and Squidward, like that's normal or sustainable. Now, I want to talk about that customer for a second. It's clearly past closing, the lights are off, the sign says closed. Squidward tells them they're closed, yet the man still walks up asking for food.
What's not clicking? What's not clicking?
This really annoyed me because I used to be a cashier at a dollar store. Customers like that exist. They know what time it is. They know the store's closing, but they act entitled like, oh, but I'm the exception. I'll just be a second. And the worst part is, management often caves to them just like Mr. Krabs did. The moment Mr. Krabs hears a cash register in his head, all ethics go out the window. He doesn't ask his employees how they feel about new hours, adjust their pay for night shifts, hire additional workers to share the burden. He literally rips the close sign in half and leaves. SpongeBob, of course, is excited because, well, he's SpongeBob. But for any real worker, the moment hits differently. Imagine being left alone overnight in a place full of greasy equipment, one other co-worker who hates you, and no support. And for what? For what? 7 cents an hour? Mr. Krabs' refusal to hire more staff isn't just stingy, it's abusive. The idea that more employees means more money he has to give up reflects his entire personality. He will always prioritize profits over people, no matter how loyal or hardworking his staff are. I'm still mad at this customer. We're going back to that entitled customer because yes, this is a real pet peeve of mine and for anyone else who's worked retail, food service, or any job with fixed hours. Are you guys open? You're literally staring at a close sign. It's just one quick thing. We closed 10 minutes ago. We've cleaned, locked registers, and are trying to go home. I come here all the time. Then you should know what time we close. It's not just ignorance, it's disrespectful. Disrespect for your time, for your effort, for your mental bandwidth after a long shift. This episode dresses everything up in spooky gimmicks, the slasher, ghost stories, flickering lights, but the real horror is how accurately it portrays overworked employees dealing with late night shifts they didn't agree to, customers who don't respect boundaries, a boss who abandons them in the name of profit. Honestly, this could have been called late stage capitalism, Bikini Bottom edition. If you've ever been in SpongeBob or Squidward's shoes, left alone on a shift, watching the clock tick past closing while someone knocks on the door, you're not crazy for feeling rage. You're not wrong for being mad. You're not overreacting. You're someone who deserves clear boundaries, respect for your time, fair compensation, and a boss who doesn't sell your soul for pocket change. Whether you're in fast food, retail, or corporate, your time is not up for negotiation because someone wants to squeeze in real quick. Mr. Krabs is the physical embodiment of the cheap boss. While the series keeps its antics humorous, the underlying message is clear. Unchecked greed not only dehumanizes others, but it also leads to one's own moral decay. Mr. Krabs is not just the cheapest character in the Bikini Bottom, he may very well be the cheapest in all of fiction.
Hey, I ain't cheap.
The fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
And as always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye! You know, I do know one thing though. Mr. Krabs would hate to have Julius as a financial advisor.